she's been through.
Nancy, please. I know this is hard for you. It's rough for all of us, but believe me, it's much better if you take this calmly. Things are rough enough as they are.
Mike, please, I have to see you. I have to talk to you.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Please. We have to do something. Something to help Adam. I've tried to call him at the barn hundreds of times, but I just can't get through. Mike, we have to be with him. You know we do.
Nancy, it's just not practical for us to be there. Now, please take my word for it. It's much better to let things remain as they are for the moment.
You're not just talking about Adam, are you? You're talking about us.
Nancy, we shouldn't be thinking about us right now. Not when our friends are suffering even more.
Hey, babe. Hey, sweet. Look what I got. Come on. What is it? You ask me you don't know what this is? This here is called bouillon a la Dallas. And I made it all by myself. Can't taste it. God, come on, tastes darn good. What do you think? You know what I'm thinking? I'm paying that Jean-Claude all that money for being the snazzy cook that he says that he is. I think I'm gonna fire him and take home the whole kitchen all by myself. How about that? You like it?
Yeah, it's fine. It's a little hot.
Hey, well, you know, making bouillon is a very complicated affair. See, you gotta get those little tubes, the cubes, like little dice, see? And you gotta put them in a cup. And then you gotta get some very boiling water, and then you put the boiling water in, and then you gotta mash the, well, it isn't exactly veal cacciatore or veal piccata, but it does present certain come on, will you? Give me a little cheerfulness, maybe a couple of percentage points, huh?
You really expect me to be cheerful?
No, I guess not. Just don't like to see it dragged down like this. This whole thing about Nicole, it's just... You know, I don't really believe it's happened.
She's such a beautiful person. So special.
Yeah. Yeah, special is the word. This is why she was killed, though. That character Ravenel is on an island down Caribbean somewhere.
Senseless. And she wasn't doing anything to hurt anybody. Just wanted to live her life and be happy.
That's what he wanted to do. Only he was afraid that she would louse it up by telling somebody where his stinking island was.
She wasn't going to do that, was she? She didn't know where he lived.
I mean, that's what makes the whole thing so senseless. She couldn't tell anybody. That character just couldn't take the chance. He kept sending these torpedoes after one of them caught up with her, and I guess she never had a chance.
Has anybody? New Year's Eve. No, Adam proposed to Nicole. New Year's Eve. My mom told me it was character Ravenel. So beautiful, I almost cried. Like strangers? You know what happens when people live apart? They end up staying apart. Comes back. And I'm saying if. Do you think Mother would want to stay in that little bitty apartment? No, she'll want to come home, where she belongs. And what's a home without a husband? It takes two people to raise a child, doesn't it?
Sometimes it doesn't even take one.
You know what I mean?
I know. I also know that you would like to get your mother and father back together again, and I don't think anything's going to stop you from trying.
You haven't said yet that we can go.
Well, we can go.
San Francisco.
San Francisco, open up those golden gates.
All right, I'm going to make the plans right now.
But, Nancy.
I'm so sorry.
Nancy, please come in.
Is there anything I can do to help? I tried to reach you, but...
No, I've been on the phone about most of the day.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you don't want anybody here. Mike told me I shouldn't try to get in touch with you. Here. All right, I'll only stay a couple of minutes. I really went mad trying to reach you.
Nancy, can I get you a drink or something?
Yeah, okay. This is ridiculous, Adam. You're taking care of me. I should be doing something to help you.
Nancy, I wish there was something here. I wish there was something I could do or say to make you feel better.
How? Adam, how could we lose Nicole a second time?
Miami Beach.
Can I get you anything else? That is one long cup of coffee. Well, no skin off my nose.
You can heat it up.
It figures. Table for one? Actually, I was supposed to meet someone. I think I see him, thank you. The coffee lover. Nice evening, isn't it?
Not bad.
What does it say in the paper about rain?
Not much.
I'm glad it isn't going to rain. Well, I suppose you're waiting for this. You're not Benson.
No, ma'am.
What do you want?
We're police officers. I'm Lieutenant Chandler of Monticello. This is Lieutenant Ferguson of Miami PD. Sergeant Walsh, Miami PD. Sergeant Davis, Miami PD. And what is your name?
That's none of your business. I haven't done anything wrong.
There's a lot of $1,000 bills in here.
That was for a business transaction. I was supposed to meet someone.
Well, I'd say you've met him. Now, how would you like to come with me back to Monticello and tell us what this is all about?
What's the weather like back up there?
The weather? When I left, it was threatening. Our story will continue in a moment.
I think I'll go now.
Nancy, it's still raining out there.
No, that's not it. It doesn't matter. I had a feeling that you want to be alone. That's all right. There are times when you should be alone.
Yes, hello? Adam? Luke. Well, the trip was worth it. It was worth almost all the trouble.
You mean she showed up?
We've got her in custody. She didn't change her modus operandi between Cole and Benson. That was his name, by the way. Charles Benson. She came waltzing into the restaurant like Cole said she would, ready to make good her promise of paying out that money. $25,000.
That's fantastic, Luke. I didn't think this was going to work.
Well, it worked like clockwork. Now all I got to do is fill out some papers down at Miami PD, then we'll be heading back to Monticello. Me and Darcy's secretary.
Luke, did she say anything? Anything at all?
Well, right now she's going through that. I deny everything, but we sort of expect that.
Uh-huh. Well, thank you for calling me. And be sure you call me the moment you get back.
Ah, you bet. Hey, by the way, what's weather like there?
I know. The sun is shining, Luke. The sun is shining. Bye-bye. Nancy, stay right there.
What?
Just don't move. And brace yourself.
Oh, the whole world thinks that Nicole was
Nancy,
shot.
that's exactly what we wanted the whole world to believe.
Nancy, I am so terribly sorry. I feel awful about this, not letting you know that I was all right, letting everyone think I was dead. How did this happen? I don't understand. What about
Nancy,
the shooting?
sit down.
Was there a mistake in the report? Or what?
No, there was no mistake. The only mistake that was made by Gilbert Darcy.
Darcy? Is he the man who's been after you? That's right, Nancy. That's what this whole thing is all about. He sent another killer last night, New Year's Eve. Tell me what happened.
Well, Nancy, it all began just as the clock started to chime midnight.
15, 14, 13, 12, the most famous countdown in history. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, my everything.
I got a present I forgot to give you.
You do? What is it?
Well, I didn't put it under the Christmas tree for a reason.
It's an engagement ring.
That's right. They had a wedding ring. You know, you can't wander through life with naked fingers. I saw your lights.
Should we get an ambulance?
No, I'm all right. I just some water. Are you sure about that? That's a pretty bad looking cut on your foot. No, I'll be okay. I just have to rest for a minute. Here. Thank you. Why don't you go upstairs and get a blanket so we can throw it out? No, don't bother.
It's all right. It won't take me a minute.
Well, you don't have to go to all this trouble. About your car. Anybody else in it? No, I'm alone. I was driving upstate. Uh-huh. It's pretty icy out there. It's only about 12, 15 degrees. That's right. It's lucky it wasn't any worse than it was. My head hit the windshield. It didn't break. I mean, windshield. My head wasn't so lucky. Thank you, darling.
What are you? Oh, dear God.
It wasn't a bad idea, of course, pretending he was in an automobile accident.
How frightening, though.
Well, the one thing he didn't count on was that no one was going to get within 10 feet of Nicole without arousing my suspicion.
Imagine my reaction. It hadn't been 1 minute after midnight, 1 minute into 1977, and Gilbert Darcy already had sent killer number 4.
But we caught the fourth man. The plan worked. I didn't tell Nicole what the plan was because it depended upon two very important things. One was another attempt on her life, and two was to capture the killer. And then I told Pete Yankovich the next step. Pete, I don't want this to leak out, not to any other police authority, not even to Orville.
Don't tell Orville. How am I supposed to lock this guy up without telling Orville?
Well, I suppose you're right. Here. But will you please explain to Orville what we're trying to do around here? I want the rest of the world to believe that this guy actually got away with murder.
Mr. Drake, I sure wish you'd make yourself clear.
So do I, Mr. Drake.
Nicole, remember I told you that Bill and I evolved a plan that we would put into effect if the opportunity ever arose?
Bill who?
Bill Marceau. He's chief of police in Monticello. He's in on this, Pete. As a matter of fact, I called him before I called you. And he's already put the news out on the air.
The news?
The news of your murder, Nicole.
God, and what good is it going to do for people to think that I'm dead? Do you think you're going to fool Gilbert Darcy so that he won't try to make any more attempts?
And now I get it. You figure if this guy is satisfied, he'll call off the dogs. And by the time he realizes he's been fooled, you'll have your hands on him.
No, Pete, we toyed around with that one, but it won't wash. And I can be satisfied with his success. The only thing that's going to convince them is when he shows up in Florida to get his paid. That is where you were supposed to be paid, isn't it? Miami? The secretary? Yeah. Where exactly? Miami Shores restaurant? You know about that. The secretary certainly doesn't change her tactics at all, does she?
Who's this secretary you keep talking about?
She's the one who hired him, kid. She hired all of them. She does Darcy's dirty work. And she's the only link that we have between him and the island. Figured if we catch her, then she might be able to tell us. Unless you know. Do you?
No. I don't know a thing. I just did a job, that's all. I just did a job.
Well, you can relax now. Your job is over. Somebody else will take over for you. Get him out of here.
Somebody else? What did you mean by that?
Exactly that, Nancy. We'd send somebody else down to Florida to finish the job. Send somebody else to the Miami Shores restaurant.
Oh. So then the secretary would be convinced that Nicole had been killed.
That's right. We had a double sitting there waiting for the payoff.
And it worked. I mean, that is what is so absolutely incredible. Luke Chandler went down to Florida, too. That was Luke on the phone just a few minutes ago.
We've caught the secretary, Nancy. We've caught the secretary.
Many people knew about this. Did Mike know?
Oh, yes, Mike knew, and of course the police.
Well, that's why Mike sounded the way he did on the phone when I talked. He told me to stay calm and not do anything about it. See, I am so sorry that it worked out this way. Oh, my dear, as long as you are alive and well, that's the most important thing, isn't it? I'm going to go home now. Nancy, let's get together soon. It's been much too long. Yes, it has, Nicole. Let's get together.
I'll walk you to your car, then.
Right. Okay, bye-bye. Goodbye, Nicole. Happy New Year. Oh, same to you.
Look, you name it, Chief, and I'll be there. No. I'm supposed to work the 12 to 6 tomorrow. But look, if I can be in on this thing, I'll be there any time you say. Okay, all right. Fine. Thanks a lot, Chief. Thanks.
Well, is it true? Big Red, she ain't dead?
She's alive and well and living in Oakville, if you call that living.
That's terrific. That's fantastic. Are you kidding? Let me ask you something. How could those guys downtown make such a mistake?
It was a hoax, Danny. A well-intentioned hoax. But that's all I can tell you.
Oh, it was a hoax, huh? Oh, that's a hell of a trick to play on people. You know that? You know how many people you gave a heart attack because they thought Big Red got ice?
Look,
me, you took 5 years off my life.
Look, I know how much she meant to you. That's why I thought enough of you to come down here and tell you what was going on. Even if you don't like me.
Says I don't like.
Well, we weren't very friendly the last time I came in.
I'm not the friendly type.
Well, I understand you were pretty friendly when you and Nicole worked over at the New Moon Cafe.
That was 100 years ago.
You still like Nicole, don't you, Danny?
Yeah, but I don't see those people anymore. I don't even see my wife.
Danny, let's get something straight. I want to get something worked out. You do believe me when I told you that I'm not dating Tracy. I mean, I just asked her out once just to see if she'd go out. I thought she was a free agent.
She is.
I had nothing to do one night, you know. My little black book was full of empty names.
Hello?
Ah, Nancy Angel. It's Bo. Listen, I don't want you to go out this evening. I want to come over right away and give you some news.
No, you can't come here.
Oh, yes, I can, because I have some news from a young friend, a young mutual acquaintance.
What about Timmy? What have you done?
I'll be right over and give you the news.
No, you can't come here again.
Then you come over here.
Where's that?
The club. I'm sure you won't run into any of your acquaintances here.
I can't do that either.
Darcy, I want you over to the club before the crowds get here, and I'll give you the news about your friend.
All right. I'll be there.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find, always on our mind, and frustrated days pass without sight, the edge of night, half dark, half light, as we watch our hearts trying to hold the tenderness that we once had.